Improving Mental Health Through Mindfulness. Welcome, and thank you for joining me on this journey toward greater mental well-being. This audiobook, Improving Mental Health Through Mindfulness, is designed to offer practical, accessible tools to help you reduce stress, increase emotional balance, and cultivate a deeper sense of calm and clarity in your everyday life. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, distracted, or disconnected from others and even from ourselves. Mental health challenges like anxiety, stress, and burnout are more common than ever. But within that challenge lies an opportunity to slow down, to pay attention, and to reconnect with the present moment. That's where mindfulness comes in. Mindfulness is the simple yet powerful practice of bringing your full awareness to what you're experiencing, right here and now, without judgment. Rooted in ancient wisdom and supported by modern science, mindfulness helps quiet the mental noise, offering space for greater peace, resilience, and clarity. Over time, it can reshape how we relate to our thoughts, our emotions, and the world around us. This audiobook will guide you through a compact yet comprehensive journey. We'll explore what mental health really means, what mindfulness is, how it works, and how to practice it in real life. You'll also be invited to participate in short guided exercises designed to ground you in the present moment. You can listen straight through or revisit chapters and practices whenever you need them. Whether you're brand new to mindfulness or looking to deepen your understanding, this audiobook is here to support your growth and healing. Let's begin. Chapter 2: Understanding Mental Health. Before we dive into mindfulness practices, it's important to take a moment to understand the landscape of mental health, what it is, why it matters, and how it affects every aspect of our lives. Mental health isn't just the absence of illness, it's the presence of emotional resilience, clarity of thought, healthy relationships, and the ability to cope with life's inevitable challenges. When our mental health is strong, we feel more connected, more capable, and more grounded. But when it's strained, everything, from getting out of bed in the morning to managing work, relationships, and responsibilities, can feel overwhelming. In our modern world, mental health challenges are increasingly common. Many of us live with chronic stress, persistent anxiety, and even burnout without realizing the toll it's taking. We push through packed schedules, constant notifications, and growing demands without the time or the tools to pause and check in with ourselves. Stress is one of the most common experiences, and while some stress can be useful in motivating us, chronic stress wears down the body and mind. It can interfere with sleep, affect digestion, lower immunity, and contribute to conditions like high blood pressure and depression. Anxiety, too, often shows up as racing thoughts, physical tension, irritability, and a sense of unease that seems to follow us no matter how much we try to reason our way out of it. And burnout, especially among caregivers, professionals, and students, can leave us emotionally exhausted, detached, and depleted of motivation. But here's the good news. The human mind is incredibly adaptable. Through increased awareness and intentional practices, we can learn to recognize our stress patterns, regulate our emotions, and build habits that support long-term mental wellness. This is where the mind-body connection becomes essential. Our mental and physical states are not separate. They're deeply intertwined. Our thoughts can affect our breathing, our posture, our heartbeat. Likewise, a relaxed body can send signals of safety and calm to the brain. When we become more aware of this connection, we unlock a powerful tool for healing. Mindfulness helps us build that awareness. It gives us a way to observe what's happening inside us, our thoughts, our emotions, and our bodily sensations, without immediately reacting or trying to fix them. Instead of getting swept away by a wave of anxiety or buried under a mountain of to-do lists, we learn to meet each moment with steadiness and curiosity. Awareness doesn't eliminate difficulty, but it changes how we relate to it. And that small shift can make a big difference. Think of your mind like a crowded room. Without awareness, it's noisy and chaotic, filled with voices pulling you in different directions. But mindfulness is like turning on a light and opening a window. You start to see clearly. You breathe more freely. You make space for clarity and calm to return. As we continue, we'll explore how mindfulness works and how you can begin to gently bring it into your life, one breath, one moment at a time. Chapter 3. What is mindfulness? So what exactly is mindfulness? At its core, mindfulness is the practice of paying full attention to the present moment, deliberately and without judgment. It means being aware of what's happening in your body, your thoughts, and your surroundings, right here and now, rather than being lost in the past or worried about the future. It might sound simple, and in many ways it is, but that simplicity is part of its strength. Mindfulness invites us to slow down and become curious observers of our inner world. Instead of reacting automatically to stress, frustration, or discomfort, we learn to pause. We learn to notice, and through that awareness, we begin to respond more thoughtfully and compassionately. Let's take a moment to break down some of the key principles of mindfulness. The first is presence. So often we go through our days on autopilot, eating without tasting, listening without really hearing, moving without feeling. Mindfulness brings us back to the here and now. The present moment is the only place life actually unfolds, and it's where change becomes possible. The second principle is non-judgment. This means noticing your thoughts and emotions without labeling them as good or bad, right or wrong. It doesn't mean you ignore what's painful or pretend everything is okay. It means you meet your experience with openness rather than criticism. You observe what is, without immediately trying to fix, escape, or resist it. The third key principle is acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up or resigning yourself to suffering. It means acknowledging reality as it is in this moment, even if it's uncomfortable. From that place of clarity, you can make more skillful and compassionate choices moving forward. Together, these principles create space for transformation. They help you break the cycle of reactivity and bring intention into how you live and how you care for your mind. The beauty of mindfulness is that it's available to everyone. It doesn't require any special equipment, beliefs, or settings. You can practice mindfulness while breathing, walking, eating, or even washing the dishes. All it takes is your attention and your willingness to be present. And the benefits? They're well documented. In recent decades, scientists have studied mindfulness extensively, and the results are compelling. Mindfulness-based programs have been shown to reduce symptoms of anxiety, depression, and chronic stress. They improve sleep, enhance focus, and increase emotional regulation. In some cases, the practice of mindfulness has even been linked to changes in brain structure, particularly in areas related to attention, empathy, and resilience. But beyond the science, many people simply find that mindfulness helps them feel more alive, more connected, more grounded in themselves and in their relationships. As you listen to the rest of this audiobook, you'll be invited to try mindfulness practices for yourself. These are not about becoming a perfect meditator or forcing your mind to be blank. Instead, they're gentle invitations to show up, with curiosity, patience, and kindness for your own experience. With each breath, each moment of presence, you're planting the seeds of mental clarity, emotional balance, and inner peace. Let's move forward now into some of the core mindfulness practices and explore how you can start bringing this awareness into your daily life. Chapter 4. Core Mindfulness Practices. Now that you understand what mindfulness is, let's explore how to practice it in a real and meaningful way. Mindfulness isn't just something we think about. It's something we do. It's a way of relating to life through presence, awareness, and intention. You don't need hours of free time or a quiet mountaintop to begin. You just need a few moments of willingness. In this chapter, we'll explore two core practices: breathing awareness and a body scan. These techniques are foundational for building a personal mindfulness practice, and they're simple enough to begin using today. Let's start with a brief guided session. Guided practice number 1, breathing awareness. If you're able, find a comfortable position. You can sit or lie down, whatever feels most natural to you. Let your hands rest gently, and if you feel safe doing so, close your eyes. If not, soften your gaze. Take a deep breath in through your nose and slowly exhale through your mouth. Let yourself settle. Now simply notice your breathing. There's no need to change it or control it. Just observe the natural rhythm of your breath. The coolness as you inhale, the warmth as you exhale. Feel the rise and fall of your chest or the sensation of the air at the tip of your nose. If your mind begins to wander, that's completely normal. Gently bring your attention back to the breath, again and again, like returning to a home base. Each breath is a new moment, a new beginning. Take one more slow, mindful breath in, and release it gently. When you're ready, open your eyes or lift your gaze. This simple practice can serve as an anchor in your day, helping you pause, reset, and return to yourself, even amid stress or distraction. Now let's move into a slightly longer practice that brings attention to the entire body. Guided Practice 2, Body Scan Meditation. Again, settle into a comfortable position. You may lie down or remain seated. Close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Start by bringing your attention to your feet. Notice any sensations, warmth, coolness, tingling, or pressure. There's no need to change anything, just observe. Now move your attention slowly upward into your legs, your hips, your lower back. Notice what's present. Maybe there's tightness, or maybe there's ease. Continue scanning up through your torso, chest, shoulders, arms, and hands. Gently observe the sensations in each area. Now bring your awareness to your neck, jaw, face, and the top of your head. Soften any areas of tension as you notice them. Take a full breath, allowing your awareness to expand to your entire body, held in a field of gentle attention. There's no goal here other than to notice, to be present with your body, just as it is. Take one last deep breath in and let it go. Slowly return your attention to the room around you. This practice helps you reconnect with your body, often a powerful counterbalance to the busyness of the mind. You can do a full body scan in 10 or 15 minutes, or just take 30 seconds to check in. Either way, it brings you back to now. Tips for starting your own practice. Starting a mindfulness practice can feel unfamiliar at first, and that's okay. The key is to start small and stay consistent. Even 1 minute of focused breathing can make a difference. Set aside time each day, even if it's brief. Many people begin with 5 minutes in the morning or a few quiet moments before bed. It's not about duration. It's about presence. Be patient with yourself. The mind will wander. That's not a mistake. It's part of the practice. Each time you gently return your attention, you're strengthening the mental muscles of awareness and compassion. You can also weave mindfulness into everyday activities. Try brushing your teeth or washing the dishes with your full attention. Feel the water, notice the movements, observe the sounds. These small moments of presence build over time. It's helpful to find a consistent place and time to practice, but flexibility is key. If you miss a day, simply begin again. Mindfulness isn't about perfection. It's about returning again and again to the present moment. There are also many supportive resources, meditation apps, online classes, local groups, and books. But ultimately, the most powerful tool is your own awareness, always available, always with you. As you continue through this audiobook, you'll learn how to bring mindfulness into everyday life, not just as a formal practice, but as a way of living with greater balance, clarity, and ease. Let's continue. Chapter 5. Integrating mindfulness into daily life. Mindfulness isn't limited to meditation cushions or quiet rooms. In fact, its greatest power lies in how it shows up in your daily life, moment to moment, breath to breath. Now that you've learned some foundational techniques, the next step is to begin weaving mindfulness into your routine. You don't need extra time, just a shift in attention. Let's explore how mindfulness can be integrated into common parts of your day, your mornings, your work life, your meals, and even your relationship with technology. Mindful mornings. How you begin your day sets the tone for everything that follows. Instead of reaching for your phone the moment you wake up, try taking just one mindful breath. Feel the warmth of your bed, the sensation of your body waking. Let your awareness gently return to the present moment. As you move through your morning routine, brushing your teeth, showering, getting dressed, treat each action as a mini meditation. Pay attention to the water on your skin, the scent of your soap, the texture of your clothing. These simple acts, often done mindlessly, become anchors to presence. You might even pause before leaving the house or starting work, placing one hand on your chest, taking a conscious breath and setting a simple intention. May I move through today with awareness. Mindfulness at work. Work is one of the places where we most often feel distracted, stressed, or overwhelmed. But it's also a powerful place to practice mindfulness. Start by taking short, intentional pauses throughout your day. Just 30 seconds of breathing or noticing your posture can reset your nervous system and improve your focus. Before sending an email, take a breath. Before entering a meeting, ground yourself by feeling your feet on the floor. These small rituals create space between stimulus and response, reducing reactivity and increasing clarity. If you find yourself multitasking or losing focus, gently guide your attention back to one task. Even something as simple as typing or listening can become a mindfulness practice when done with full attention. Remember, mindfulness at work isn't about slowing down productivity. It's about increasing presence, which in turn boosts creativity, resilience, and emotional intelligence. Mindful eating. Eating is another everyday activity that's ripe for mindfulness. Rather than rushing through meals or eating while distracted, try slowing down. Before you take your first bite, pause. Look at your food, smell it, appreciate the colors and textures. As you chew, pay attention to the flavors, the movement of your jaw, the feeling of nourishment. Eating mindfully can improve digestion, reduce overeating, and deepen your relationship with food. It also becomes a moment of gratitude, acknowledging the effort, energy, and nature that brought this meal to your plate. Even if you can only do this for a few bites each day, it's a powerful way to reconnect with your body and your senses. Mindfulness and technology. In today's digital world, one of the greatest mindfulness challenges is our relationship with screens. Phones, emails, and notifications constantly pull our attention in different directions. While technology is a useful tool, it can also create mental clutter and disconnection. Mindfulness invites us to relate to technology more intentionally. Try checking your phone with awareness. Notice your posture, your breathing, and how you feel before and after. Set specific times to unplug, especially during meals, before bed, or in the morning. You can also use technology to support your practice through mindful reminders, meditation apps, or calming playlists. The goal isn't to eliminate technology, but to shift from unconscious scrolling to conscious use. Making it sustainable. The most common question people ask is, how do I make mindfulness a habit? The answer is, start small and make it personal. You don't need to meditate for an hour each day. In fact, brief moments of mindfulness, repeated consistently, can be just as powerful. You might begin by choosing one daily activity to do mindfully, like brushing your teeth, walking to your car and stuff, or preparing your morning coffee. Over time, these mindful pauses become natural, woven into the fabric of your day. It also helps to have reminders, a note on your mirror, a timer on your phone, or a phrase like "be here now" to return to throughout the day. And most importantly, approach your practice with self-compassion. Some days will be easier than others. That's okay. Mindfulness isn't about being perfect. It's about being present, again and again. With time, mindfulness becomes more than a practice. It becomes a way of living, a way of moving through the world with greater clarity, kindness, and ease. In the next chapter, we'll look at common challenges that arise in practice and how to work with them skillfully without giving up. Chapter 6. Overcoming Challenges. As you begin or deepen your mindfulness journey, you'll likely encounter some challenges. That's completely normal, and it's part of the process. One of the most common obstacles is distraction. You may sit down to breathe or focus, and within seconds your mind wanders off, thinking about your to-do list, replaying conversations, or drifting into daydreams. This doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. In fact, noticing that your mind has wandered is a sign of progress. Each time you gently bring your attention back, you're strengthening your capacity for awareness. Another common challenge is self-doubt. You might wonder, am I doing this right? Or, why don't I feel more peaceful yet? These thoughts are understandable, but it's important to remember, mindfulness isn't about achieving a certain state. It's not about having a perfectly quiet mind or feeling calm all the time. It's about being present with whatever arises, even restlessness, boredom, or discomfort. You may also struggle with consistency. Life gets busy, and it's easy to skip a day, then two, then forget altogether. But mindfulness is forgiving. There's no punishment for missing a session. Each new breath is a fresh beginning. You can always return. Some people find it hard to sit still, while others feel overwhelmed by emotions that arise during practice. If that happens, know that it's okay to take breaks, move gently, or seek support. Mindfulness should feel nourishing, not punishing. Here's the most important thing to remember. You don't have to be perfect to benefit. Mindfulness is like planting a seed. You don't dig it up every day to check its progress. You water it, you give it light, and you trust that it's growing. With patience and compassion, your practice will evolve, and you're not alone. Every person who practices mindfulness, including experienced teachers, faces challenges. What matters is showing up, again and again, with kindness toward yourself. You're already doing something powerful by simply listening, exploring, and staying curious. In our final chapter, we'll look at how to sustain this practice long-term, and how to build a foundation of mental wellness that supports you well into the future. Chapter 7. Sustaining your practice. As you come to the final chapter of this audiobook, you might be wondering, how do I keep this going? The key to sustaining a mindfulness practice is consistency, not intensity. It's not about how long you sit or how well you meditate. It's about showing up regularly with presence and care. Even a few minutes a day can create meaningful change over time. What matters most is building a rhythm that works for you. Whether it's a short breathing pause before breakfast, a body scan at night, or simply noticing your breath during the day, these small acts of awareness are powerful. And just as important as consistency is self-compassion. Some days you'll feel focused and present. Other days, your mind may be restless or distracted. That's okay. Mindfulness is not about perfection. It's about being honest with your experience and treating yourself with kindness through it all. If you'd like support in continuing your journey, there are many resources available. Mindfulness apps like Insight Timer, Calmer, or Headspace offer guided meditations and reminders. Local classes, online communities, and books can provide structure and inspiration. You might also consider creating a simple mindfulness journal. Just a few notes each day about what you noticed or how you felt. It's a helpful way to stay connected and see your growth over time. Above all, trust that you already have what you need. Awareness is always available. Presence is always possible. By choosing to live more mindfully, you're planting seeds of well-being that can grow throughout every part of your life. Thank you for taking this time, for yourself, your well-being, and your inner growth. By listening, reflecting, and practicing, you've already begun the journey toward greater clarity, resilience, and peace. Remember, mindfulness is not a destination, it's a way of living, a way of meeting each moment, each breath, with presence and compassion. As you move forward, may you continue to find stillness in the chaos, gentleness in the struggle, and awareness in the everyday. Here's a simple reflection to carry with you. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. Jon Kabat-Zinn. No matter where life takes you, your breath is always there, steady, anchoring, and true. Be kind to yourself. Keep showing up, and trust that with each moment of mindfulness, you're creating a foundation of lasting mental well-being. Thank you for listening.